Hi, I'm Erin, and I make stuff. Today I'm going to make a spinach and sweet potato gratin based off of the Smitten Kitchen recipe on Swiss chard and sweet potato gratin. This is my first time making this, so let's see how it goes. After you've washed your sweet potatoes, you're going to peel them. Next, we can cut our sweet potatoes into 1/4 inch rounds. If you're struggling to get a particularly thick sweet potato cut into rounds, say I couldn't get this quite all the way through, you can always try cutting it in half first, and then doing your round, or your half round. We'll peel and cut our onions, and then we're going to cook them in 2 tablespoons or 1/4 stick of butter. I like to cut the butter up into smaller pieces to help make it easier to melt in the pan. Okay, so we have our butter in the pan, and we're going to put our lovely mound of onions in the pan. We're going to stir these up and let them cook until they're nice and soft. So our next step is adding our greens. We're going to add spinach, and you're going to need a lot of spinach because it really cooks down small. So mix it with the onions and butter, stir it around, let it cook until it looks properly wilted. Add in handfuls at a time because you don't want it all in at once. I used about 3/4 of a pound of spinach. It really could have used more. So the next step is to empty our spinach and onion out of the pan and try to drain it in a colander. I tried to drain it using a spatula and the colander, but it didn't seem to work very well. Draining the excess water out with the spatula and the colander didn't seem to be working. So I took some advice a friend of mine gave me a few weeks ago and put the greens in a clean, lint-free dish towel and started squeezing the water out. It's not pretty, but it's certainly more effective. So just for comparison, this box of spinach was about 1 pound. I used most of it, and it cooked down to about that much spinach. Generally, when I mince garlic, I like to cut the end off. That usually gets the skin loose enough to just come right off. Alright, so we've got a few cloves here ready to go. Mince them. We're going to pour 2 cups of milk into a warm pan. The recipe recommends cream or whole milk. I only have skim. So next we'll add our garlic to our milk. I did 5 or 6 cloves because I don't think you can get enough garlic. However, vampires may disagree. So now we need a fresh pan, and we're putting another 2 tablespoons of butter in there to melt. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons of flour and mix it up until we have a nice paste. We want it to look nice and smooth. It should look something like this. Then we're going to add our still boiling milk and garlic into the mix. Add it slowly and mix as you go so that it's nice and smooth. You want a good creamy texture. And if you can avoid it, don't spill milk on the burner the way I did. It doesn't smell very good. Now we're going to add salt and pepper to taste. We'll also stir it one last time for about another minute. Okay, so it's come time to assemble our gratin. I've greased the pan, and we're going to put half of the sweet potatoes in the bottom. I'm going to sprinkle them with salt and pepper. And we're going to put about a quarter of our greens in. Next, we'll add in about a quarter of our cheese, and we'll repeat adding in the spinach and cheese in alternating layers until we've filled the tin. When we've used up all of the greens, we'll pour half of the sauce in, and then proceed to cover the gratin with the rest of our sweet potatoes. We'll add more cheese to the top and cover it with the rest of the sauce. Now, all we have left to do is put it in the oven at 400 for about an hour. When it looks like this, it's done. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Eat it.
Hi, it's Erin, back with another after-dinner update. The spinach and sweet potato gratin was a big success. It was absolutely delicious. We ate half of it last night, and I'm pleased to announce the leftovers reheated great tonight. I added a little extra cheese, just because, and put the whole dish in the oven for 20 minutes at 425 and ate it with our pork chops. I feel like I could have left it in there a bit longer, but it was hot and we were ready to eat. My only caveat with this dish is that squeezing the excess water out of the spinach did take a long time last night. We didn't eat until about 8. The Smitten Kitchen website says that you can prepare this dish up to a day in advance and keep it in the fridge, which is exactly what I plan to do next time. Do you have any favorite dishes you think I should try out? Let me know. Goodbye for now.